It's a beautiful day for baseball in Wardsville. The Blair Oaks Falcons, the defending Class 4 state champions, getting ready to take on the school of the Osage Indians. The Indians, of course, a conference team and also a district team. Hello again, everybody. I'm Dick Aldrich, along with Coach Corey Woods. Ron Haynes on the video this afternoon as we get ready for Tri-County Conference action between the Blair Oaks Falcons. The Falcons with an overall record of 8-6, and they are 2-1 in conference play. School of the Osage at 3-7. They are 0-3 in conference play. The Falcons coming off a tournament over the weekend, the Missouri River Fest, where they were 2-2. They are actually coming off a victory in their last game, a 5-4 victory over Troy Buchanan. Getting ready to go from the Falcon Athletic Complex, Dick Aldrich along with Corey Wood as we get ready for high school baseball. School of the Osage Indians facing Zane Halford, the senior. Zane Halford's been a very key member of this starting rotation for a number of years.
Yeah, and he'll be a little different pitcher than what we saw from Wyatt Libbert last week. You know, Zane works a little bit slower where Wyatt works really quick. But, you know, Zane's a very effective pitcher. He does a great job.
Halford pitched in the state championship game last year for the Falcons. Next pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside, and count runs to 2-2.
It was a good location by Halford. Kind of work off the plate a little bit there. See if he could get the batter to chase.
Next pitch from Halford on the way to catcher Jack Braun. Swing it and a strike through.
Nice pitch, kind of high and tight right there.
So the first batter up and one down. Chance Ottens now steps in. He's the catcher.
And there he goes.
Otten took off early.
And I think
Halford steps off and throws to short.
That was an easy one.
There's the easy out. I hear about that later today.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the social media here.
Yeah.
There is a foul tip into the mid of Braun. And it's 1-2 now on Willoughby. Osage kind of running themselves out of a rally here. Next pitch on the way. Fastball
nice
right
pitch.
down central. Strike three. We're through a half inning at the Falcon Athletic Complex in Wardsville. Blair Oaks, Wards, it is School of the Osage, nothing. Blair Oaks coming to bat on MidMoSportsOnline.com. And the first pitch is in to Jaden Reckers, right fielder.
Like I said, Nicholson definitely working very quickly here today.
Next pitch on the way. Bouncing ball to third. This could be a tough one. Nice scoop by the third baseman. Throws to first and threw it over the head of the first baseman. And Rackers is on his way to second, and he maybe is thinking about third, but he'll stop at second base. 2-1 our count now to Halford. Next pitch on the way. Hit hard off the first baseman's glove into right field. This will score the run.
Here comes Rackers.
Rackers will come on in and score, and the Falcons are on the scoreboard. A base hit for Vander, Halford, and the Falcons score first. We're through an inning here at Wardsville, and it is the Blair Oaks Falcons 1 and the School of the Osage Indians nothing. New pitcher on the mound for the Blair Oaks Falcons, Henry Buschjost, the senior right-hander, comes on in relief, early relief of Zane Halford. And Henry, this will be his fourth appearance. He has started a game. He has no record. Pitcher is on deck. Next pitch from Buschjost. Fastball pops straight up.
That's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one with this wind. In from third base,
nice
and
catch by
Davis makes the catch. Warren Davis.
Those are so tough. That was a great play by him.
Next pitch on the way from Buschjost. Ooh, there's another nice pitch in there for strike two. Buschjost looking sharp.
Henry, he's probably, 6'3", 6'4", kind of long, got that long delivery, kind of gets out towards the batter.
Next pitch.
Nice pitch.
And a miss, strike three. Buschjost taking care of business in a hurry here.
Now stepping to the plate.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and tipped into the glove of Braun. 2-1. Nick Dooley on deck. Next pitch on the way from Buschjost. Ground ball to third. Davis over, takes his time, throws across the infield, and a nice stretch by Wyatt Libbert.
Yes, it was. That was a great play by Libbert.
So the Falcons are out of the inning on the 5-3 putouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's the Blair Oaks Falcons 1, School of the Osage Indians nothing on MidMoSportsOnline.com.
You know, you never know. Buhr gets one up in the air. He showed pretty good pop against Eldon and won it back. So, never know.
Brock hitting just 156 so far this year, but there's a base hit into left center field.
That could be trouble.
Left fielder gets over and gets it, and the runners will go station to station. Runners on first and second now. On the first hit of the afternoon for Brock Buhr. We go to the top of the third inning. Blair Oaks 1 and School of the Osage nothing on MidMoSportsOnline.com. First baseman Nick Dooley. Next pitch on the way from Buschjost. Missed just in at the letters. Henry's punting the corners now.
Yeah, he is.
3-2. Buschjost with the pitch. That's it for strike 3.
Yeah, too close to let that one go by.
Nice pitch. Strike 3 called on Nick Dooley, and he is the first out of the top of the third inning. Falcons with a 1-0 lead. Number 3 hitter Tucker Willoughby, a strikeout victim in the first inning. There's a ground ball to third. Davis going to come home with it, and he's going to get the man at the plate.
Nice play by Davis. Great play by Braun to catch that. It's a bang play right there.
The slow bouncer, and really Warren's only play was to come home with it, and he gets the out. 0-2, 2 outs, runners on first and third. Here's the pitch. High pop to the right side. I don't know if this is going to stay in the ballpark.
I think it's going to stay. Yeah, nice play by Peters.
And getting it.
Wyatt Libbert, my fault.
Making the catch. And so, School of the Osage Indians score a run. We go to the bottom of the third inning. We have a tie ball game, 1-1 in Wardsville on MidMoSportsOnline.com. To the Falcons right fielder. Next shot on the ground. Deep to short and went through the shortstop's legs into left field for an error on the shortstop.
Right through the wickets.
And Vander Halford steps in.
Now with a left-handed batter, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Blair Oaks send the runner at some point. There he goes.
There he goes, first pitch. Fastball comes in high, throw down to second base is high as well. And sliding in to second with the stolen base is Jaden Rackers.
Yeah, that's a great coaching move right there.
Big pitch here. The runner on second base. Here's the pitch. This is inside, ball 4.
It was close. You know, like we've talked about, Blair Oaks is always trying to manufacture runs, so playing a little bit of small ball here.
Here's the pitch from Nicholson again, squaring the bunt. Libbert.
Nice bunt. That might be a base hit.
And that will be a base hit.
Wow.
Couldn't have planted that any better. Knocked it past the pitcher and out to the shortstop. The shortstop, of course, playing deep.
Need that timely hit.
Next pitch on the way from Nicholson. Hentges ground ball to second. This will get a run in.
But it's going to score a run.
Hentges is into first base. The ball is off the first baseman's glove. Here comes a runner from third, and he slides in safely.
Good base
running. The Falcons get 2 runs on the ground out fielder's choice to the second baseman. Next pitch from Nicholson. Hard ground ball to second. This could be a double play. To second for 1. Relay is not in time. They called it out.
I'm not sure about that one.
Buhr was safe by a step at least.
I think he was definitely safe on that.
So, a double play, and we have come to the end of the third inning of play. The Blair Oaks Falcons leading the School of the Osage Indians by the score of 3-1 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. Back in Wardsville as we have another new pitcher on for the Blair Oaks Falcons, and we'll get our first look today at Riley Schnieders, who makes his 5th appearance of the season. He is 2-1 on the season with 3.89 ERA.
And I like Nicholson, you know. I've just kind of watched his mannerisms. He's definitely a competitor out here. You know, he's giving the best effort he can.
High pop on the infield. Buhr drifting back at second base makes the catch on the outfield grass, and there's one away. Top of the 4th inning, 3-1. Blair Oaks with the lead. Osage threatening. Schnieders checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball in for strike 3.
Kind of got on his hands just a little bit there.
So Dooley is a strikeout victim. It's out number 2 in the inning. And Tyler Marshall, who doubled last time up.
2 outs.
2 outs, 1-1.
I think we got a Bret Heislen down in the bullpen. He's a kind of a soft tossing lefty. I think this will be maybe his first varsity appearance if he comes in.
Here's the pitch, and it's a skied out to left field. Left fielder going back. He's got trouble, but he's going to make the catch. Hauled in out left field by Jackson Houston, and that will do it.
Yeah, nice play by
Jackson.
Osage.
So School of the Osage goes down with runners on first and second. They come up with a no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Blair Oaks 3, School of the Osage 1 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. Houston, the senior, getting a rare start here this afternoon. His first start of the year, as a matter of fact. Nicholson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Line drive into right center field. That's down and is going to be cut off by the center fielder.
Oh, he's going to try it.
Trying for second. Here's the throw.
Safe.
In time.
Great base running by Houston there. I mean, he as soon as it left his bat, and then he seen the bobble by the outfielder. That was an automatic. I'm gonna try to take 2 on that. So great job of base running by Jackson Houston right there. I love the aggressiveness. He's an excellent student in the classroom. Just does everything the right way.
And Ortbals comes in, lines a drive into left field. And here comes Houston around third. He will score without a play. And the Falcons have their 4th one of the afternoon. A line drive base hit for Cole Ortbals. And the Falcons take a 4-1 lead. The Falcons get a run on a couple of hits. No errors and 2 men left on base. We're through 4 in Wardsville. Blair Oaks 4. School of the Osage 1 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. We'll return to Wardsville after this timeout. Here's the next pitch. Ground ball to the middle. Schnieders knocks it down. Throws to first base. Dug out by Wyatt. And that will be the first out of the inning. 1-3 on the putout. And Chance Ottens will step in.
It was a great hustle by the base runner from Osage,
Caleb Smitherman on deck. Here's a 3-2. Grounder up the middle. This ball is going to be shoveled to second for 1, and the relay way late. But a nice play by Cooper Peters.
Yeah,
I didn't know if he had a shot at that.
I didn't either. I thought he may just come up and try to go to first, but nice play by him.
He's going to take a short lead here. 1-1. The pitch on the way. High fly ball right field and right at the right fielder. And the ball is caught by Jaden Reckers. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Blair Oaks 4 and School of the Osage 1 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. We'll return to Wardsville after this timeout. Wyatt, an outside linebacker. 6'4" and about 195.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid.
Next pitch on the way. There's a shot to left field, and it is going to be past the left fielder all the way to the fence. Here's Liberty's looking to run to third, but he's going to stop at second as they hustle the ball back in.
That ball had the left fielder he was already in circles, battling the sun.
Nobody out. Hentges steps in. Hunter Hentges steps in. First pitch on the way. Ground ball to the shortstop. Takes a high hop on him. He knocks it down. And this will be a no play for School of the Osage, and Hentges will reach first base.
Yeah, and great hustle by Hunter Hentges just to leg that out. So, he's always kind of been a clutch guy in everything he's done. I think about basketball.
Yep.
He's made big plays in baseball, so he battles.
2-2 pitch, nobody out. Here it is. Ground ball past the first baseman. Into the corner it goes. One run is in. Here comes Kerwin on his horse, and he'll be stopped at third as Brock Buhr ringing double down the first base line, and the Falcons are up 5-1.
That is a true definition of a great piece of hitting right there.
Braun grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning and struck out last inning.
This could be a little bit of trouble. It's pretty shallow.
Center fielder comes in and
totally
misses
it.
So here comes a runner from third. Kerwin will score, and going into second base is Jack Braun, and a sun and wind aided double.
Yeah.
And Coach D'Amelia in the pregame show said we would see Heislen today. Next pitch on the 2-0. Line drive into right field, a base hit. Another run scores for the Falcons. And Buhr comes across home plate. And there goes Houston for second base. And he's going to be out.
Ooh. Boy, that was a high throw. I thought maybe he got underneath that, but.
Pitcher is Ethan Wall. Here it is, on the way. Line drive just inside the bag at third.
Boy, Cole Ortbals is locked in. He's in the zone.
Run scores. Ortbals on his way to second base. He pulls up with a double. He is really hitting the ball well. You are right, Corey.
Yeah, that baseball right now to him is looking like a slow pitch softball coming in there. He's really seeing the ball well.
Fifth inning, but the Falcons come through with 4 runs in the inning on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base hits. No errors and a runner left on base. They've come to the end of 5 innings in Wardsville. Blair Oaks Falcons leading the School of the Osage Indians by the score of 8-1 on MidMoSportsOnline.com.
I'm really excited to watch Bret Heislen pitch for the first time. I know he is a kid that over the years has put in a lot of time. You know, he's a left-hander. I know Coach D'Amelio loves left-handers. If you're left-handed, you'll have a spot somewhere for him. And so I'm really excited. He's not going to overpower you, but just a very crafty pitcher that's worked very hard at what he does.
Bret Heislen, a sophomore, as
2 years ago, but just had a lot of big innings over the course of the season for the Falcons. Can't remember if he was 2 years ago or last year.
next pitch on the way.
Oh, nice pitch, nice breaking ball.
Braun, and that will do it. Down on strikes goes Ethan Wall.
You know, and I love watching left-handers throw. They just have that natural break to their ball.
He's the number 8 hitter. And he has a base hit this afternoon. 1 for 2, strikeout last time. First pitch from Heislen.
Just take the easy one. Take the easy one.
Yeah. They are going to throw to first base as they're charging it.
2 outs.
The second baseman, Brock Buhr.
Yeah, that was probably the only play that Buhr had right there. You know, you're up 8-1. You got an easy out right there in front of you. Take it.
2 outs, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled at the plate.
It's a good pitch.
Rolls outside of third. 2-2. We'll not see Nolan D'Amelio today. Nolan.
Yeah, we won't see him. Doesn't look like we're going to see Nolan Laughlin. You know, he probably had to catch, you know, quite a few games. You know, and that's the thing with their schedule where you're playing every day. You know, that's where Jack Braun is such a valuable guy that can come in and catch on those off days.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He took everything off of that one and gets the strikeout. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. Very nice debut for Bret Heislen.
Looks good.
In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We are through the top of the 6th inning. It is Blair Oaks 8, School of the Osage 1 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. We'll return to the Falcon Athletic Complex in Wardsville after this timeout. Let's see here. No, I don't see any. So first varsity at bat this year for Gage Leffert. Next pitch coming in from Wall. That's over the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. We're just underway, bottom of the 6th inning.
You know, and I'm not sure what position he plays defensively. I know when he came up, he was kind of a catcher by trade.
Oh, there's a high, deep drive, right center field in his way back, and it is.
He got it.
Gone! A home run. Well, no.
Oh, they called the ground rule double.
The home plate umpire was signaling home run.
Yeah.
And the ball, I guess, bounced short.
Wow.
Yep.
Boy, that's pretty nice at bat coming in off the bench.
So Gage Leffert batting for Vander Halford. Ground rule double. Hentges got in some work on the pitcher's mound over the weekend. Also a first baseman.
I forget he's a left-handed pitcher as well. I saw him doing some work the other day, working on pickoff moves and stuff during practice.
He can bring it. Next pitch on the way. There's a shot into left center field. That's going to go down for a hit. And here comes Leffert around third. He will score. Hentges makes a wide turn at first. And the Falcons now up 9-1.
Yeah, Hentges, you know, being left-handed, he's just got a beautiful swing at the plate. Great inside out there.
We're through 6 innings. We're going to the top of the 7th. This should do it. The Blair Oaks Falcons leading School of the Osage Indians by the score of 9-1 on MidMoSportsOnline.com. We will return to the Falcon Athletic Complex after this timeout. Top of the 7th inning against Bret Heislen. Sophomore left-hander. First pitch on the way. Swung on and
nice pitch. Boy, Heislen's done a good job of keeping the Osage hitters off balance. Just that, so it doesn't have to overpower people, hit spots. left-handed.
Next pitch on the way. Here's a high fly
Ooh,
ball
that's
lifted
gonna be
into right
trouble.
field, in shallow right field, coming
nice
out and
catch.
making the catch. And that was a nice play made in right field by Jaden Rackers.
Great communication between Rackers and Buhr out there, too.
And then finished pool play against Platte County on Friday. Next pitch on the way is in for a strike.
Yeah, that's, we talk all the time. That's one thing about Blair Oaks is they're sure not afraid to go out and play people. I look at some schools that it's our size that don't go out and really challenge themselves. And got to give credit to Coach DeMille and his staff for taking on all these teams they play.
3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. On the way, swung
Nice
on and
pitch.
missed a ball in the dirt. Catcher picks it up. Braun throws to first base for the out. And there's 2 outs.
And, I know Nolan Laughlin's their number 1 catcher, but the last 2 games I've watched with Jack Braun, been really impressed with him. His mechanics are pretty good. He's a big target back there.
Conference play, 3-8 overall.
I feel a curveball coming.
Here's the pitch.
There it was.
Hit on the ground to third. Ortbals backs up, now throws across, and that
Nice
will do
play.
it for this afternoon's ball game as the Blair Oaks Falcons defeat the School of the Osage Indians by the final score of 9-1. MidMoSports Online, continuing coverage of high school sports, high school baseball from Falcon Athletic Complex in Wardsville will continue after this timeout.